today I am presenting ECG, ST segment elevation, different poses. So first, ST segment is the flat isoelectric section of the ECG between the end of the S wave and the beginning of the T wave. So in ECG, QRS complex which shows ventricular depolarization and T wave which shows ventricular repolarization. So ST segment represents the interval between ventricular depolarization and repolarization. Now the most important cause of ST segment abnormality is either elevation or depression, is myocardial infarction or ischemia.
Not always.
Not always.
Most common.
So here at the end of the S wave there is J point. So J point elevation is also the one of the cause of ST segment elevation. So ST segment is isoelectric between the end of S wave and beginning of the T wave. Now different causes of ST segment elevation. Acute myocardial infarction, coronary vasospasm, Prinzmetal angina, pericarditis, benign early depolarization syndrome, left bundle branch block, left ventricular hypertrophy, ventricular aneurysm, Brugada syndrome, ventricular pace rhythm, raised intracranial pressure, and Takotsubo cardiomyopathy. So, elevation of ST segment which show different type of morphology. It may be either concave shape, convex shape, or either flat elevated ST segment elevation. So in pericarditis there is concave shape of ST segment elevation in first image. Then benign early depolarization syndrome, there is slight ST segment elevation with top notch T wave. And in LBBB there will be broad QRS complex with ST segment elevation and T wave elevation, upright T wave. Then in LV aneurysm also there is convex type of ST segment elevation, and then in Brugada there is RBB type of morphology with ST segment elevation in V1 to V3. So morphology of the elevated ST segment. First we will see ST elevation myocardial infarction. So ST segment elevation with U wave formation in continuous lead which show myocardial infarction. And depending upon the ST segment elevation in different leads, we can differentiate type localization of myocardial infarction. Like in V1 V2 segment elevation, it show septal myocardial infarction in anterior, V3 V4 in lateral lead like 1 AVL and V5 V6 there will be lateral myocardial infarction, and in inferior lead like 2-3 AVL and right ventricular V1 and V4 R, and posterior V7 to V9 or either ST depression in V1 to V3 lead in the posterior myocardial infarction. So acute ST elevation myocardial infarction, along with ST segment elevation there will be reciprocal ST depression in the electrically opposite lead. Like ST elevation in high lateral lead will be having reciprocal depression in the inferior lead, like in lead 3. So you can see there is elevation in 1 AVL and anterior lead like V1, V2, V3, V4, V5, V6, and along with there is depression in the lead 3.
There is just T wave depression, there is no ST depression in the So these are not classical reciprocal changes.
Yes.
Today was one better.
So to prove the myocardial infarction with ST segment elevation, according to Minnesota code, require more than 1 mm ST elevation in one or more of lead in the 1, 2, 3 AVL, AVF, V5, V6, or more or equal 2 mm ST elevation in one or more of V1 to V4. So in V1 to V4 we will require 2 mm or more than 2 mm ST elevation to prove it the ST elevation myocardial infarction, and in the limb lead and V5 V6 lead there will require only 1 mm elevation.
So why so?
So because in chest lead in V1 V4 in normal people also there will be some 1 mm elevation in the ST segment.
Anything else? Unipolar lead or bipolar leads?
They are unipolar.
So they are very sensitive. They are just like besides heart, unlike your limb lead. So the the sensitivity is very high. So even 1 millimeter, as you said, can be there because of normal patients.
Second cause is coronary vasospasm, which is also called Prinzmetal angina. So this causes ST elevation, which is like similar to acute ST elevation, myocardial infarction, which will cause localized ST elevation with reciprocal ST depression during episode of chest pain. But unlike acute ST elevation MI, the ECG changes are transient, which occur during the course of chest pain, which reversible with vasodilator and not usually associated with myocardial necrosis. So this ST elevation goes to normal by the treatment with the vasodilator. It may be impossible to differentiate these two conditions based on the ECG alone. So we have to do other investigation also. Third cause is the pericarditis. So acute pericarditis causes widespread concave ST segment elevation with PR segment depression in multiple lead involving all the lead except one and AVR. So in ST segment elevation myocardial infarction, there was convex shape of ST segment elevation, while in pericarditis there is concave shape of ST segment elevation. So concave Saddleback ST elevation in lead V1, 2, 3, AVF, V5, V6 with depressed PR segment. So PR segment will be depressed in the pericarditis, while it will be normal in the ST segment elevation, myocardial infarction. So in acute pericarditis, depending upon the ECG, we can divide it into total 4 stages. So first stage, which will show first PR segment depression and ST segment elevation. After that, stage 2 will appear, in which there will be normalization of ST segment elevation. And after the second stage, there will be stage 3, in which there will be ST segment will be normal with T wave inversion. And in stage 4, there will be normal ECG, in which there will be resolution of T wave changes. So 4 stages for acute pericarditis.
Have you seen all these classical changes clinically? No, stage-wise.
Not all, not classical always.
So in stage 1, there is PR segment depression, which is most specific sign. Along with it, there will be ST segment elevation. It will be shown in the all the lead except one and AVR. Stage 2, there will be normalization of ST segment, and in stage 3, there will be T wave inversion, and in stage 4, there will be normal ECG. So differentiating ECG changes.
4 stages of pericarditis. What is the duration of each stage?
Yes, sir. Stage 1, which will last for first few days after infection or non-infection.
2 days to 2 weeks.
2 weeks. Not definitive, sir.
Unless you are in first ECG, you cannot make out which stage this patient is in.
Yes. And many times patient comes to us with stage 2 diabetes. So it's not very classical.
Okay.
So general presentation of acute pericarditis should be acute. So most of the time we are seeing should be stage 1.
Yeah.
If at all we are following very routinely with ECG, then only we will be able to see other stages.
Yes.
So differentiating ECG changes of acute MI versus pericarditis. So ST segment elevation in pericarditis will be concave in shape, while in acute MI there will be flat or convex shape ST segment elevation. Second, ST segment elevation in pericarditis will be diffuse, will be seen in all the lead, while in acute MI, depending upon the arterial territory, it will show changes. Third, PR segment depression will be seen in pericarditis, while Q wave in the acute MI. Fourth, T inversion in pericarditis occur only after ST normalization, while in acute MI, T wave inversion accompany the ST segment elevation. So these are 4 differentiating changes. Next one is benign early repolarization. So benign early repolarization causes mild ST elevation with tall T wave, mainly in the precordial lead, and it is normal variant commonly seen in the young healthy patient. There is often notching of the J point, means end of the beginning of the ST So there will be notching of the J point like fish hook pattern. The ST changes may be more prominent at slower heart rate and disappear in the presence of tachycardia. So this is binaural repolarization, concave type of ST segment elevation with large amplitude T wave. And there will, in some cases, there will be notching of the or slurring of the J point. So fish hook pattern, it is also called fish hook pattern. Now ECG changes of pericarditis versus benign early repolarization. So both shows ST segment which is concave in shape with PR segment depression in pericarditis, while there will be no PR segment depression in benign early repolarization. Third one is the ST segment by ST elevation by T ratio. So ST segment elevation by T wave ratio will be more than 0.25 in pericarditis, while in benign early repolarization it will be less than 0.25 because T segment is top notch elevated in the benign early repolarization. Next one is left bundle branch block. So it will also show ST segment
So
and
all early repolarizations are benign only?
no, sir, it may mostly benign in young healthy patient, but it may be causing some arrhythmia, so not all are benign.
So what about other ST segment in early repolarization which are not benign? Shade is આગળ આવશે?
None.
નથી? You should put some points on it.
This early repolarization is also seen in limb leads also.
Yes, sir. Mostly anterior limb, but it can be seen in the limb.
If it is common is in which limb?
Anterior limb, sir. Chest.
Then if it is seen in limb lesion, so it is in which common lead it is seen? 2, 3 area.
Inferior.
2, 3
Inferior.
Except lead
Inferior.
one.
Except
Lead one
Except lead
one.
2-3 AVF is common.
Right, so that was a very burning question, right? Some early repolarizations are not benign at all. So you should form some ECGs on that.
So in left bundle branch block, the ST segment and T wave show appropriate discordance. This they are directed opposite to the main vector of the QRS complex. So this produces ST segment elevation with upright T wave in lead with negative QRS complex, while producing ST depression and T wave inversion in lead with positive QRS complex. So this is left bundle branch block. ST elevation in leads with deep S wave. So mostly in the anterior lead V1 to V3. While ST depression in lead with tall R wave. So they are discordant, most apparent in 1 and AVL. So this is the criteria for defining LBBB. So to differentiate LBBB with MI or only LBBB, there is Garbosa criteria. So there will be concordant ST segment elevation more than more or equal than 1 mm in 2 contiguous leads, which will give 5 points. Second one is ST segment depression more or equal than 1 mm in lead V1 to V3, which will give 3 points. And there will be discordant ST segment elevation with more or equal than 5 mm, which will give 2 points. So for defining LBBB with MI, we will require 3 or more points. So modified Garbosa criteria for diagnosing ST segment
So go
elevation.
back to that slide.
Previous.
Yeah. So the first image, is it of LBBB or RBBB?
Sir, RBBB.
So the point should be the criteria for MI in case of bundle branch, not LBBB.
That is LBBB only, that is V6.
V5, V6.
Then it has to be V56.
It is V5, V6 LBBB.
So generally V5, V6 will not show positive QRs when there is an acute anterior or something like that.
So modified Garbosa criteria for diagnosing ST segment elevation MI in the presence of LBBB. If there is concordant ST changes, ST segment in the same direction as the dominant part of the QRS, or discordant ST elevation of greater than 1/4 of the amplitude of the S wave. So A concordant ST segment elevation more or equal than 1 mm, which is more specific for MI. Second one is concordant ST segment depression, more or equal than 1 mm in lead V1, V2 or V3. And third one is the discordant ST segment elevation, which will be more than 1/4 of the amplitude of S wave. So this is original Garbosa criteria, and second one is the modified Garbosa criteria. So discordant ST segment elevation with ST by S ratio, which is extra in the modified Garbosa criteria. Next one is left ventricular hypertrophy. It may also cause similar pattern of depolarization abnormality as LVVB with ST segment elevation in lead with deep S wave, usually in the anterior V1 to V3 lead, and ST segment depression with T wave inversion in the lead with all R wave in lateral lead 1 ABL and V5, V6. So there is deep S wave with ST segment elevation in V1 to V3 lead, and there is ST segment depression and T wave inversion in the lateral lead 1 ABL, V5 and V6. Next one is the ventricular.
Then see,
Sorry.
apart from this, there are some criteria regarding the ST, whether it's the horizontal ST or upsloping ST or downsloping ST. There are also
Depression.
some differential criteria between LVH and infra.
ST segment depression.
And it is whether it is horizontal, upsloping, downsloping, and another is the, I think that ST elevation, that whether it is the right mark or inverted right mark.
Yes.
There are differentiating
There are factors.
whether it is the right mark or inverted right mark. There are differentiating features when you look at the ECG.
So does LVDB involves always left posterior bundle blank?
No, sir.
It's not always. Regular days are right.
Yes.
Very nicely observed.
Next time you say,
એક આપણે ડિસ્કસ કર્યા બાર્સેલોના ક્રાઇટેરિયા આપણે ડિસ્કસ કરેલા છે પણ એમાં બહુ બધા ક્રાઇટેરિયા હતા
अच्छा,
મલ્ટિપલ ક્રાઇટેરિયા
પણ બહુ સેન્સિટિવ અને સ્પેસિફિક નથી.
હા નથી
Not that sensitive.
નહીં.
So next one is ventricular aneurysm, which will show residual ST segment elevation with deep Q wave in the patient with previous history of myocardial infarction, and it is associated with extensive myocardial damage with paradoxical movement of the left ventricular wall during systole. So this is ECG of ventricular aneurysm with history of MI. There is ST segment elevation with T wave inversion in V1 to V3.
what amount of ST elevation do you get?
So
It is 2 segment, 3 segment, 4 segment. Is there any criteria regarding?
No, for this no.
No.
But by definition, ST elevation has to be by two segments. By definition, when we look at the gross ST elevation definition, it is by 2 millimeter in V1, V2, V3.
કશું તમારી પાસે ના હોય તો what will you label? Will you label as ST elevation or ventricular aneurysm?
No, કશું જ ના હોય તો this is ST
Simple
elevation.
ST elevation.
Yes, old anterior limb with ST elevation.
You don't have any history, then we say ST elevation.
There is a very deep Q wave in V1 to V3. So it's all day by
So old MI with the consistent ST elevation. But we don't have any previous ECG to compare as such, so
The patient is highly bradycardic, so I don't know whether it's drug effect or something else, but
mostly patient
Beta blocker.
So next one is Brugada syndrome, which is inherited channelopathy due to defect in the myocardial sodium channel that lead to paroxysmal ventricular arrhythmia and sudden cardiac death in young patient. On the resting ECG, there will be Brugada sign, which is ST segment elevation with partial RBVB in V1 to V3 with core morphology. So there will be ST segment elevation in V1 to V3 lead, which will be concave shape of ST segment elevation. So RBVB with RSR pattern rather than small RSR pattern, and there is associated ST segment elevation in the Brugada syndrome. is a ventricular pace rhythm. So, patient undergoing any temporary or permanent pacemaker, there will be ST segment abnormality identical to that seen in the LVVV. So, there is appropriate discordance with the ST segment and T wave directed opposite to the main vector of the QRS complex. Next one is the raised intracranial pressure. So, patient presenting with intracranial hemorrhage or traumatic brain injury may also cause ST segment elevation or depression that may simulate myocardial ischemia or pericarditis like ST segment elevation. More commonly, raised ICP is associated with widespread deep T wave inversion, which are also called cerebral T waves. So, in patient of raised intracranial pressure, there will be widespread ST segment elevation with concave, which is pericarditis like morphology in which patient with severe traumatic brain injury. Next one is Takotsubo cardiomyopathy.
If you have been given this ECG without giving the history,
Then
will you say this is raised intracranial?
we have to evaluate the clinically and
No, just in exam you have been given this ECG. Now diagnose.
so we will note out the acute MI, but there is no reciprocal ST depression.
So what change in this ECG goes against raised ICP?
ST segment elevation sir seen in all the rates.
Tachycardia.
Tachycardia. Pulse rate is high, so you will expect bradycardia.
Bradycardia.
What is the reflex known as?
Sorry,
What is the reflex known as?
push. Takotsubo cardiomyopathy, in which there will be ST segment elevation, MI mimicking producing ischemic chest pain. So there will be ECG changes either way, with elevated cardiac enzyme with characteristic regional wall motion abnormality in the ST segment elevation myocardial infarction. While in the context of severe emotional distress, which is also called the broken heart syndrome, which associated with new ECG changes, ST segment elevation or T wave inversion with moderate troponin rise. So in Takotsubo cardiomyopathy, there will be no localization ECG changes. While in ST segment elevation myocardial infarction, depending upon the wall involved and artery involved, there will be ST segment elevation and reciprocal depression. While in Takotsubo, by seeing ECG, we can't differentiate which wall is involved because it will be generalized.
So why only emotional distress? What about other distress?
Physical distress can also cause, but more likely the postmenopausal women with the emotional distress.
આ બધા ત્યાં ગેમિંગ ઝોનમાં આ બધા પ્રોબ્લેમ not only in female, otherwise in male, where they go to casino. Ah. Yes. એટલે અચાનક કરોડોનું નુકસાન થઈ જાય, they cannot bear the stress. Yes.
What is the importance of depression in AVR?
So, it may also suggest peripheral vessel disease.
Depression.
Depression. It will be normal is
Can be block of the LED distal to the diagonal. Then you get the AVR depression. ST.
So in Takotsubo cardiomyopathy, there is generalized ST segment elevation.
યાર આ તાકોત્સુબો હોય એવું લાગતું નથી અને CH ની છે જો તો ખરી ટેકિકાર્ડિયા પેશન્ટ ક્લાસિક ઇઝ ઇટ તાકોત્સુબો રિયલી
ST segments are elevation.
ST સેગમેન્ટ એલિવેશન માની લીધું બટ તમે આ ECG કોઈની પાસેથી બોરો કર્યો છે કે તમે જાતે તાકોત્સુબો કેસનો ફોટો પાડી મૂક્યો છે
Complete heart drop thing that is.
હા પેશન્ટને તાકોત્સુબામાં you will not have this pulse rate it must be in 120 150
CHP that is.
CH ની છે આ પેશન્ટ જો તો ખરા
CHP
CHP નું કારણ શું છે?
Broken heart.
Huh?
Basically, it is because of
Ah,
adrenaline.
because of adrenaline. How will you expect bradycardia and CHD in this segment? એટલે આ ICT કેસનો નથી ને તમે એમને મૂકેલો છે ઓકે ધેટ્સ ફાઇન ધેન યુ શુડ ટેક ઓકે સાહેબ મૂકી દીધો છે જોઈ લો ને ST સેગમેન્ટ પૂરું કરો આગળ વધો દિલ તોડો મત
next time तो ना ECG change कर दे
લાસ્ટ ટાઈમ વાળા ડોક્ટર હતા ને એમણે બધા ક્લાસિકલ મૂકેલા હતા સીજી તમે ને
આપણું એક્સપેક્ટેશન બહુ હાઈ હતું
Other less common cause of ST segment elevation, pulmonary embolism and acute cor pulmonale, acute aortic dissection, hyperkalemia, sodium channel blocking drugs which will cause QRS prolongation, elevation in hypothermia or hypercalcemia, following electric cardioversion, cardiac tumor, myocarditis, pancreas or gallbladder disease. So transient ST segment elevation after DC cardioversion from ventricular fibrillation. J-wave in hypothermia simulating ST segment elevation. So there will be J-wave elevation which are also called Osborn waves.
I think you have missed one